So I've been in private practice as a doctor of psychology for 17 years.
When somebody say Dr. Bryant, it irks me. Where's she a doctor at?
Conversation about your doctorate because people can't find your dissertation online.
There's just no holding take for any of our records.
Man, the heat is turning up on Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Everybody's talking about it. Now, Tasha K's been blowing the whistle on Dr. Cheyenne Bryant for over a year and a half. And she was getting a lot of flack from a lot of people. People was coming at her neck, right? Because she was exposing this, right? Corey Holcomb, who I'm no longer a fan of, he was also exposing this. And like, you know, a lot of women were still supporting her, right or wrong, weak or strong. They didn't care to do the research or find out whether she had, you know, what she was claiming she was. Because as you can see, she said that she was this for 17 years. She just said this, right, on a microphone in front of people. And there was black women behind the scenes that saw this, and they were upset, man. And they were saying, wait a minute, we out here doing the real work. We out here slaving, man, to get this thing done, man, and paying back all kinds of bills, man. And we doing all kinds, and you up here making money, you not even licensed, and you're cosplaying as one of us? Oh, no. So Dr. Raquel Martin wasn't having it. She came out and spoke up, man. And because Dr. Raquel Martin spoke up, a lot of other black women professionals start speaking up, and then the floodgates open, right? And this is the thing. People, like right now online, everybody's coming after her and everything, and I get that, but she brought that on herself by not telling the truth, not being transparent to the people. So now you got black women doing this.
Are you deadass about to do surgery right now?
Yeah, I'm about to do it. What's the problem?
You're not licensed.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. See, let me educate you on something really quick.
Oh, not this again.
When you are a doctor and you need to perform heart surgery, you don't even really need the license to do it because the license restricts you. Like, then you gotta follow the board, then you gotta know how to use a knife and
it's called the scalpel.
It's called the scalpel? Sorry. You gotta learn how to use a scalpel. It's just like all of those little details and things like that is really restricting on my practice. And I tell my patients, the ones that are still alive, that when it comes to this stuff, like, you gotta just find a way to do it that suits you best. It is just open heart surgery. It is not a big deal. There's a lot of people out here that's doing open heart surgery, and yeah, they're registered, but it's just for insurance. These insurance companies just want to take your money. I'm just charging out of pocket.
Okay, I'm going to explain this one time and one time only, never again. I'm a doctor because I say I am. I'm going to break it down for you because I know there's a lot of people in your community that don't quite comprehend the things that I'm speaking. I am psychologizing a lot of people with my knowledge and my knowledge alone. The reason I don't work within a licensure is because it would require me to diagnose you with bipolar schizophrenia. Do you want bipolar schizophrenia? That's what I thought. I was a part of a doctorology program. I completed the program, and then the school burnt down, okay?
So with all of this stuff going on right now, Tasha K came out again because she feels vindicated. And she comes out and she calls up one of her old friends, Brooke Belly. And Brooke Belly knows her from way back, right? And Brooke Belly was telling Tasha K back when they was on that TV show, whatever, I'm not going to call her a doctor because I know her. She doesn't have a doctorate. She's not a doctor. I'm not going to call her that. But on the show, they didn't, the producers wasn't going to call her that either because they knew that they could get sued for calling her something that she's not. And if people would come and get advice from her and something goes wrong, they would be held liable. So they knew all of this back then, but she was still able to infiltrate and come into the community as a grifter, right? And show a little boob, show a little leg, you know what I mean, little nice-skinned it, right? She was able to come in through those ways, right? And give advice to people. She was going to a lot of the men doing that. Real tight dress, boobs showing, but at the end of the day, she never had no kids, never had a husband, and she wasn't even interested in men, from what we're gathering now.
The fake Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. So here's the thing. I ain't even got nothing to say when it comes to this. I'm letting her co-workers talk on behalf of her out here lying and grifting. I'm just finally grateful that they finally come forward to verify the information that I put out to y'all the last couple of years. And so, you guys got to understand, we're the type of platform, we get everything first. And then they get it last, and then they make all this viral content. We are an exclusive, membership of winos that just share the gossip before it gets big, okay? So just consider yourselves special, all right? So without further ado, I give you Basketball Wives, former cast member, Brooke Bailey, discussing her relationship with Cheyenne Bryant over the years. Let's go. So I saw you respond regarding the fake Cheyenne Bryant doctorate, diploma, whole fiasco. And you and Cheyenne go way back, don't y'all?
When I first met Cheyenne, it was, I want to say back in the 2000s. I can't remember if it was after I filmed Basketball Wives in 2012 or if it was before that, but it was somewhere around that time.
Okay.
And we're not friends. I wouldn't even really consider us associates. We just know each other, and we know a lot of people in the, I've had friends that have known her and brought her around, and that's really how I know her. But, anytime that I hung out with her, it was never a problem that I know of, between her and I.
Okay. But when you guys did work together, you did take issue with them, I guess, them kind of labeling her as a doctor or a therapist, something you do need to, have credentials for. You need to be trained. You need to be licensed. You spoke out again regarding her today. And so this was your conversation in the past, and it still stands for today. What made you speak out today regarding the fake Dr. Cheyenne Bryant?
Well, I actually spoke out yesterday about it, and my first time speaking out was about 2 years ago when we were filming the season of Basketball Wives, and I just knew that she wasn't a doctor, not a licensed doctor, and when everyone, all the other cast is calling her doctor this, doctor that, and I'm like, I'm not calling her a doctor because I know she's not a doctor, and not because I'm trying to discredit her or I didn't like her. It's just I know her, and then I didn't know that because I had already said that I was not calling her Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. It wasn't an issue as far as production went, but I didn't find out until we were filming. At some point, my castmate Brandy told me that production had came to her and was telling her, don't use the term doctor. So that lets me know that, they knew too that that term was false.
Because they could get in trouble if she's giving advice to people claiming to be a doctor. And if somebody decides to come back and sue, they can blame production for allowing somebody with fake credentials to even categorize themselves as something like that, that they could possibly be liable for that. Is that correct?
I'm more than sure that the answer would be yes, because in the state of California, and I'm sure many other states, it's against the law for you to misrepresent yourself as a doctor.
So now Brooke Bailey is saying that she was exposing this some time ago, even before Tasha K. But Tasha, but she was getting flack because you're not allowed to go against the sisterhood. Listen, let me tell you something, right? You got decent black women that love black people, that love their black sons, their black fathers, that love their black daughters, that love the black community, right? Decent black men that love the black community. Then you have trifling, unaccountable black people, right? Black men and women that deal in a gender war, and all they care about is their issues. They don't give a damn about the black community, black men or black women. They care about the group that they're a part of. That's it. And what happens is with the sisterhood, you're not, even if they're wrong, you're not allowed to call them out. Right? And this is the problem. So you have black women, and then you have this fake sisterhood that don't exist. And when people was trying to call this stuff out, they protected and shielded her. But she talked herself into this issue, right? She talked herself into this issue to the point where decent professional black women had to come out and say, no, enough is enough. No, we're not staying in the shadows and staying quiet no more. So now she's going through this.
Or, as a dentist, you know what I'm saying? Like any of those things because, and work in that field. So, and for me personally, I think the majority of people who have watched me over the years, especially these last few years, that I am an advocate for, especially our community, going to therapists and seeking help when you are in situations that have caused trauma or, confusion, or you just need guidance and coping skills. I advocate for those things. I also advocate because I have a very close family member to me for the last 13 years that I've been hands-on with that, has needed medical help with therapists, diagnosis, medication, so on and so forth. And then, of course, everyone knows, like, I literally jumped. I was already in therapy regarding my divorce, and then that just went into grief therapy once my daughter passed. So I'm an advocate for people going to therapy and those things. And I feel like, she just misrepresented herself at the event that people saw where her and I had a confrontation. I'm not sure if this was aired or not, but she literally was talking about, there was a woman there who had a son, and Cheyenne discussed the son and how she has been his therapist for many, many years, and he has mental health episodes, which I know exactly what that looks like because, again, I've been hands-on with a family member for the last 13 years that has mental health episodes. And when she's telling this story, I just kind of also felt like as a doctor, as a therapist, like you're not supposed to discuss those things publicly. Like if the mom wanted to talk about it, then I get it. You know what I'm saying? But that's like it goes against HIPAA. Like I've been actively in therapy. This family member has actively been in therapy, and I've been an advocate for that for many, many years. And I think that, she is scamming people. So, yeah.
Hey, I've been calling her out. I said the only reason I feel like she got a pass, I'm laughing at social media, first of all, because they quick to just believe anybody without them having to prove what they got to prove, right? And so I've been calling the lady out for 2 years. I know she been talking shit. Oh, she gonna slay me. Oh, she gonna debate me. Oh, she gonna take me down. And I'm just like, see, when you try to dig a hole for somebody, dig two, because you now in that hole. But
exactly.
I really feel like she wouldn't have gotten this far if she wasn't light-skinned and pretty.
And she's a beautiful girl. She's really well-spoken. And honestly, I actually had a conversation a couple years ago or a year or so ago with my castmate, Brandy. And we were like, wow, like she really created a lane for herself outside of the show, because I don't think that a lot of people even realize that she was on the show that season, except for a couple episodes. And I congratulated her, behind the scenes, because I just thought that was great for her. But when I saw even her doing these podcasts and talking about, husband and wife and children and all these things like that she has not experienced yet. And I mean, you've even posted, Tasha, her dating experiences with other people. And my first encounter with women.
So what's coming out now is everybody knew. Everybody knew that she didn't have it. The people around her. And people was quiet and allowing her to infiltrate and do all the things that she was doing. And the sad part is, you still got people online making excuses for this, man. And I'm telling y'all how dangerous this stuff is. And I told y'all, man, I've been married for 26 years. She out here talking about telling married people what married relationships would be. Hold on, but I'm gonna get into that after this part.
Yeah. My first encounter meeting her, it was her having a situation with another lady that I know. So it's like I was a little bit confused, but I'm like, okay, I just feel like it's not fair to the public when you play on people who are vulnerable, that are searching for something, single women, single moms. They're looking for someone to help navigate them through these situations. And you talk a good game, you're a pretty woman, you're talking about your do's, your don'ts, what you stand for, what you won't go for. And they're hanging on to every word because they're looking for hope. And then that's not your truth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you aren't living in your truth.
Exactly. I'm just glad to be vindicated, you know, because I was seen as a hater, jealous. So you're just jealous because she's prettier. And I think she had told me in my DM, she was like, "You're just jealous of me. You want my platform." I said, "Your platform?"
Wow.
I said, "Girl, have you seen my platform? Are you serious right now?" Like, this is all she could think of. And I'm like, no, you are lying to people. You are grifting to people. You don't even live what you preach. And you by default date like women. I ain't even gonna say she date women by default. What I'm going to say is that maybe she does date women by default because maybe the relationships with men just didn't work out in her favor. So now her only option is to date, you know, a masculine woman, which cosplays as a man that she could psychologically control because she couldn't control him before. But to get out here and speak to women, like you said, who are vulnerable, who are needing someone to enlighten them, and then it's nothing but men that are platforming her. I don't see women platforming her. It's only men in these spaces. The Joe Buttons, the guy Ace Metaphor, all of those guys to speak because in a sense, like she kind of, I don't know. Let me reserve my.
I think she's great clickbait.
Yes.
I think she's great clickbait because, like I said, she's very well spoken. She's a beautiful woman. She does make sense in some things that she says. I'm not going to just say she doesn't make any sense at all. She does, you know, but at the same time, you're just misrepresenting yourself. And at this point, if she would have just came out and said, you know what, I'm a life coach, like, I don't think that she would be getting all of the backlash that she's receiving now. And the same that happened to you was the same thing that happened to me when I'm the one who exposed that the college that she went or the institution that she went to closed down and that they lost their accreditation. I exposed that at the reunion. I also said, like, she's not a doctor, you know, she didn't earn that title by getting her license or her PhD. And I'm not saying that she doesn't have any certifications in other things. I'm not saying that she didn't go to college and get her degree in other things. I even saw an interview when she was saying that she was going to get hired at a university to teach law school, but I thought that you needed to have a law degree to do that. So I'm just like a little confused. It's like a whole lot of gaslighting, I feel like, that's going on. And when she gets defensive, she talks around you in circles. And, you know, if she's talking real fast, you're like how people talk really fast when they're defensive and they're lying and they're trying to get you to believe what they're saying.
And their eyes get to blinking real fast. I notice hers. They get to blinking real fast when she's searching for it. I'm like, go ahead with it. But I've been saying she was a University of Phoenix graduate. She wasn't a doctor. She was gay. She didn't have any kids. She didn't have any experiences with marriages. You know, there was even more information I was given on her that, you know, and I don't have any proof of this. It's only from men that have dated her in the past that, you know, she dated quite a few of them at the same time. And you know how they label women who date multiple men at the same time. That's not deemed like, oh, you a player. They call you a hoe.
So again, I've been married for 26 years. I saw this a mile away. And the thing is, you're not going to come out here and just tell me any damn thing. You're just not. It's not going to happen, right? I raised 4 children, 6 grandchildren. I done been through all the things, the sacrifice, the commitment of what it is to be in a relationship, to love a person when you can't stand them, to stand there and watch a woman, watch a baby come out of a woman. I sit there and watch a woman go from her 20s into 50s, right, and watch her hair turn gray. I've been there. I walked this walk. I met a woman that said, what you doing for the next 25 years, 26 years, and we walked together. So if you've never done that, you've never experienced that, you can't tell me nothing about that. You can't tell me the rigors of relationships and the ins and outs. And you're not experienced. You don't have the experience. You can give me advice on other things, but you can't give me advice on that. That's my wheelhouse. So when I seen her on there talking about this stuff, I'm like, what? Nah, man, y'all just allow anybody to just come into the community and say anything. I wasn't going for that. A person like me, a black man, that loved the black community, that got a program working with inner city kids, urban nerds, married to a black woman. When I come on here and talk, I can't garner that audience. You know why I can't garner that audience? Because what I represent takes work. It means you have to clean yourself up and be what you say you are. You have to be a representative of what you say you want to be. You have to be out there doing the work. See, with Cheyenne Bryant, you can just turn on for entertainment and it don't require you to do anything. It don't require you to change. It don't require nothing. The things that I'm talking about requires self-reflection and change. And a lot of people are not willing to do the work. That's why, oh man, I ain't listening to that stuff George talking about. We're just going to listen to Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I come on here and lie to you. And that's the issue. That's what we're going through as a people. And I keep telling you, we got a lot of undiagnosed traumas in our communities, right? That's never been dealt with, the men and the women. So we come online and we commit verbal genocide on each other every day in these spaces because you got a bunch of hurt people hurting people because they're not getting help for their own traumas. And so what happens is the charlatans peep the weakness in the game and they come in and they exploit it. They come in and they exploit it. And that's what's happening, man. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.